Today we will learn a new knowledge, but before that I have a question for you. Fill in the blank. Dot 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 is the friction between the air and objects move through it. The answer is A, B, C, or D. Okay, so the friction between the air and objects move through it is air resistance, right? Good. So you know this is the definition of air resistance. So please give me the definition of water resistance. Maybe there are something the same with air resistance, right? Okay, so C. This is the definition of water resistance. Water resistance is the friction between water and the objects moved through it. You can write this definition in your notebook. Okay, see the picture. The swimmer force is to the right. The direction of the swimmer forces is to the right. So the water resistance have the opposite direction with the swimmer force is will to the left. Water resistance have the direction to the left. Okay, now I have another task for you. Fill in the blank. Water resistance is a kind of dot dot dot. The direction of water resistance is always dot 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 to the direction of movement. And finally, water resistance dot 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 the speed of movement. Okay, I give you time to think. Have you done? Okay, let's check. Water resistance is a kind of friction, right? Because the direction of water resistance is always opposite, right? Opposite to the direction of movement. And finally, water resistance slow down the speed of movement or decreases the speed of movement. You can write 3 properties of water resistance in your notebook. Okay, now I have another question for you. Which shape can decrease water resistance? Do you remember? Which shape can decrease the air resistance? Yeah, the streamline. And the streamline shape also decrease water resistance. Okay, see. Can you imagine and think of the animal have streamline shape to decrease water resistance? Yeah, many kind of fishes, right? Okay, and this is a shark. See, he has a pointed nose to cut the water. So the streamline shape of this shark can decrease the water resistance. Good. Now you can understand the streamline shape of the fishes in the water. So please Which way do you choose to swim and why? See the two girls. The first one, which shape of her? And the second one, which shape of her? Have you done thinking? Okay, I choose this because this is the better way to swim because her shape is streamlined, right? The streamlined shape will help her to swim more easily. Also, a task of streamlined shapes. See, I have three shapes. The first is sphere, the second one is a cube, and the final one is a cone. Which shape do you think will fall the fastest and which will fall the slowest and why? Try it out. Have you done thinking? Good, good job. This is my answer. I hope that you have the same answer with me. Okay, the corn should have fallen the fastest through the water because it's the most streamlined shape as it has pointed end to cut through the water. And see, the cube should have fallen the slowest through the water. It is the least streamlined, and you can see it's no streamlined shape because it has a flat surface which creates a lot of water resistance. The water push against the flat surface, slowing it down. Okay, now let's think about what we have learned. Firstly, it is water resistant. The definition is the friction of water and the objects moving through it. Secondly, remember the three properties of water resistance. And this is a friction. It has the opposite direction to the movement and it can slow down the movement. And how to make the water resistance decrease? We have to make a streamlined shape, right? Okay, and now we will learn about something new. See, this is a huge ship. Which force is applied on it? Why doesn't it sink? I have two arrows. What is this force and what is this force? This one? Easy, right? This is gravity. Gravity pulls the ship to the center of the earth. Okay, and this one? What is this force? What do you think? Maybe you think it's water resistance. No, it's not right because the ship is moving to the right, right? Moving to the right. So water resistance have the opposite direction to the movement. So it have to the left. Water resistance have the direction to the left. But this arrow is up. So what is this force? Do you think it's a normal force? Yes or no? No, it's not a normal force. Why? Because normal force is when two surfaces are solid. When two surfaces are solid and they touch each other, we have normal force. But in this picture, a surface is the boat or is the ship, and one surface is water. So we have another type of force is upthrust. Okay, you can write down this word in your notebook. Upthrust. Upthrust. Okay, so what is the definition of upthrust? Write it in your notebook. Upthrust is the force that pushes an object upward against gravity in a liquid or a gas. Remember, in a liquid or a gas. And this force also called buoyancy. Upthrust is a push, and you have the opposite direction to gravity, and it pushes an object upward in a liquid or a gas. Remember. You can write the definition down. Okay, you can stop the video to write the definition. Now, this is a challenge for you. Can you complete these sentences? You can stop the video to think for some minutes. Do you have the answer? Okay, go, let's check. Was pulling down on the plasticine balls. What force do you think will pull the balls down? Is gravity, right? Gravity. And was pushing up on the plasticine balls. The force that push it up. You have learned? Yes, upthrust. This is a challenge. When I add marbles into my boat, the weight of my boat. When you add something on your boat, the weight of your boat, yeah, increases. When my boat sank to the bottom of water, the force of on the boat was greater than of the water. Yeah, the force of gravity on the boat was greater than the upthrust of water. Okay, let's check. Hey, right, very good. Now, this is an exercise for you. True or false? 1. Upthrust is normal force. Yes, of course, false. Upthrust is friction. Friction? No, upthrust is not a friction. False. The direction of upthrust is opposite to the direction of gravity? Yes, of course, you have learned about that. The upthrust push the things upward, while the gravity pull the thing down to the center of the earth. Upthrust helps things to float. Yes, of course. Do you remember the huge ship? Yes, it's very large, but it can float on the water, but not sink because of upthrust. It's true. And uh, when something floats and when something sinks in the water, I have a formula for you. When upthrust equal to gravity or equal weight, it can float. When upthrust is smaller than gravity or weight, the things will sink down. Remember, when upthrust equal gravity, things can float. And when upthrust is smaller than gravity, things things sink down. Yes, it's final exercise for today. Floating or sinking. See, his name is Nemo. The upthrust is equal the weight 100 Newton equal 100 Newton. So Nemo is floating, right? Okay, so let's see other characters. Do they floating? Are they floating or sinking? This one. Oh, you can see 2,000 Newton equal 2,000 Newton. So the upthrust equal the weight. So she is floating. Oh, see, this guy floating or sinking. Upthrust is 100 Newton, while the weight is 150 Newton. So he is sinking. This girl, mermaid. She is a mermaid and see, the two forces equal, so she is floating. Huh, is turtle. The upthrust is just 150 Newton, while the weight is 250 Newton. Can you see this bigger arrow? Yes, so this force is bigger, so he is sinking. Okay, what upthrust does Sebastian need to float? Want to float? So the upthrust have to equal the weight. The weight is 25 Newton, so the upthrust have to be equal, yeah, 25 Newton. Okay, do you understand all we learned today? We have learned about upthrust. Upthrust is the force that pushes the thing upwards against the gravity in liquid or gas. If you don't understand something, replay my video and see it again. I hope that you have a joy time and you understand enough to do homework. Thank you very much and bye bye.